HANDS is a public health program, been around since the year 2000, and we work really hard to strengthen young families. We mainly work with first-time parents, could be a first-time mom, first-time dad, and we like to enroll them when mom is expecting. Or we can until the infant turns 12 weeks, anytime before that period. It's a voluntary program, which means they can voluntarily participate in the program until the child is 24 months. It's in every county in Kentucky, and it is offered at no cost to the family. And the reason HANDS was started 14, 15 years ago is all the research coming out on early brain development, which told us the first 3 years of life is the most important in any person's life. At the same time, we really believe a parent, whoever's caring for that child, is the child's first and most important teacher, and really has a lifelong impact on the child. So if we can get in there as early as we can, often before the school system has contact with the family, we think we can be a good help to the family.
Go back and forth.
Yeah, they try.
And you notice on the tummy time too, you'll notice.
I don't know. I would be lost without Carissa. I would, especially being a first-time mom and not knowing what's normal and what's not normal. But it is very helpful. One important thing that I've learned in the beginning was like talking to the baby and stuff like that. Like I would never do it because it just didn't feel natural to me. But yeah, I learned that it's pretty important for them. And so it's I've grown into it instead of being awkward with it. So that was one of the first things that I learned when they were first born. Well, twins on the first time around, it's hard. It was hard. But it's fine. Like now I can't imagine life without them. Like it would be so weird without the babies. But I do love it. I love being able to wake up and take care of someone else.
If every kid had somebody just absolutely crazy about them, I really think it'd be a different world. So what we try to do is really teach the parent what to expect in the first 2 years. How we do it is we have a team of trained home visitors. Most of them have a background in nursing or early childhood development, and they actually do home visits with the family. So all the work is done in the home at a convenient time for the parents. We have a host of various types of families. We have teen parents. We have couples in their 40s participating in HANDS. So there's really no age requirement. It's a desire to be a better parent and a need in the first-time parent status. So a trained home visitor will go into the home fairly frequently, typically once a week, sometimes twice a month, spend about 30 minutes to an hour with the family, really telling the family what's going to expect out of this newborn. Because we all know they don't come with an instruction manual. So when is that child going to roll over? When do I introduce solids? What's the benefits of breastfeeding versus bottle feeding? All those milestones that a child will have in its first 2 or 3 years of life. Because when you think of what a child does in the first 2 years of life, it's amazing. They come out of the womb totally dependent. And by the time we see them at 2, they have learned language, often 2 languages, sometimes 3. We had a child learn 3 languages. They know how to feed themselves. They can start dressing themselves. They know their body parts. They know to be scared when mom and dad step out of the room. They know how to run by then, walk. All that has been done in the first 2 years of life.
Se llama Yasmin.
¿Esa se llama Yasmin?
No, esa se llama Adasa.
I was a first-time mom. We think we know, but we don't really know anything until the baby gets home. And people think that whatever they did is the right thing to do with the kids. Grandparents, neighbors, friends, and everything. And then you have your own idea. But I had no idea what to do when she came. We actually, the first day that we went home, she was overheating because she was really tied up, and the apartment was too hot. It wasn't as cold as the hospital. And we went back to the hospital like, here, we don't know what to do. She's crying and she's really hot. And they go, oh, she's contaminated. She cannot go back to the nursery, and I said, no, she's not contaminated. She's really clean. Take it. I don't know what to do with her. So they told us how to do things, but we didn't we did not know too much. So the program helped me know how to put her to sleep, everything. Like eating, they said she can start solids, but I didn't know if I should do fruits or vegetables. And so pediatricians do not spend a lot of times in their office with the parents, and they did. Sarah did and Virginia did. And I just learned a lot. She's amazing. She thinks she's 15, but she's 3 and a month. But she's very independent. She's very friendly. She's talking a lot. They said she's talking to the age level of being 5 years old. She's doing a lot of things. She's learning 3 languages. She's fluent in Spanish, but she's learning Italian, and she's learning English little by little. We did not do TV for the first 2 years because some research had shown that it's not healthy for the brain. So we just read. We had a lot of books. Pediatricians and the program here gave us a lot of books. So now she likes to read. She's getting to put the consonants and the vowels in Spanish, and she can say them. If I said M with an A, she will say, P with an I, she will say it, and then she will say the word, but I have to go one by one so she can do it. But she has been doing really good.
We try to get the mom in the prenatal phase, because studies have shown if they've been in hands when she's still expecting, they have fabulous birth outcomes, less likely to have a premature baby. We can cut in half the rates of infant mortality and birth defects just by participating in hands. So we follow up, the home visitor does, and make sure mom's eating correctly, her stress level's low, she's keeping all her prenatal appointments, she's taking her prenatal vitamins, she knows the importance of folic acid in her diet, and all those normal stresses and body changes, she knows what they mean. We measure, and HANDS does as a state, a lot of different outcome data. One of the important ones is safe homes. We think these babies should be in safe, healthy homes. So we'll do, when mom's prenatal or right after birth, a safety inspection of the home, which just looks at fire evacuation plans, if there's any firearms in the home, if mom has any plug protectors, and then we'll do that when the baby's getting more mobile around 8 months. We'll know they're going to be up and getting into things. So we have a lot of pre and post data on that. We track their gestation period, how long mom carried the child, their birth weights compared to families that aren't in hands. Any kind of birth defects are tracked if they're in hands. And we also do the ages and stages questionnaire, the developmental screenings. And the data is showing that kids participating in hands typically are developing at or above their peers their same age.